you can see that their grip on America is drastically slipping away. Democrats are resorting to new tactics now after the defeat against Donald Trump. Democrats have adjusted their strategy to, we didn't lose just because the country is racist and sexist. The country is also stupid too. They really don't understand why they lost. It baffles me.
A new article in the Wall Street Journal claims that the shift to the right in this election reveals that Americans view themselves as belonging to a particular economic class more than their race and gender. And Bill Maher said it's not the only thing Democrats got wrong. Take a look.
Someone must tell the usual suspects on the far left that the saying is, when you're in a hole, stop digging. You just lost a crazy contest to an actual crazy person. What a shocker that the people who see everything through the lens of race and sex see their election loss as a result of racism and sexism. Yes, if only we weren't so irredeemably unenlightened, we would have elected a black president by now. Oh, what, we did? Yes, if racism is built into our society. White progressives agreed with that at higher levels than black and Hispanic people. They don't want your pity.
They don't.
And black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They just want prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them.
Amen.
Well, if he's right, then why didn't people vote for the former prosecutor who actually had policy plans to help the working class?
Because we thought the better choice was your boy, Donald. I don't even know what you're talking to, by the way. Talking about, by the way. I'm just keeping it real. Because clearly the better choice for America was Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump can represent all of those things. It's just y'all TDS is so freaking, it's blinding to y'all that y'all can't see that. And y'all still wondering why America didn't choose Kamala Harris. Y'all keep wondering why most of America don't agree with y'all at all. And it's not hard to answer that question. It's really not.
I mean, again, I got my popcorn. I don't know why people did what they did. I see all these reasons. And so, okay, time will tell. But what do y'all think?
I just, And then, hold on, before they continue, before you even hear this job right here, do you see what they do? They just constantly downplay anything positive. It's like nothing positive can come from Trump or Trump supporters, right? It's, let's hope he can stick to what he's saying he's going to do now. You know what I'm saying? Like, get a man a chance. They already putting it in your minds to degrade and demean anything that he does.
I know that as a country, it's
take it back.
Why people did what they did. I see all these reasons. And so, okay. Time will tell, but what do y'all think?
I just, I know that as a country, it's very difficult for people to believe that racism and misogyny, they're just alive and well. I think that we don't want to think that about ourselves, our neighbors, our friends, but it's my lived experience tells me that it does still exist, even if your lived experience doesn't tell you that it exists.
Oh, wow. How entitled. My lived experience tell me is this, but even if yours don't. Listen, I've had some experiences in my life and I'm still not walking around this thing as a victim. I don't understand how you guys keep trying to make us the exception to the rule. Stop encouraging people to walk around as a victim and stop looking at these fake stats and fake news media and putting all of these fear-mongering tactics onto us. I wake up every single day and there's not a white man or white individual that can stop me from achieving the things that I want to achieve in life. Because of my skin color, will there be unique challenges? Sure. I'm sure there will be. But come on, man. Like, waking up every single day with a chance and opportunity just to tell somebody, hey, because of your skin color, racism is alive. And what? Like, yo, just stop talking. Y'all the reason why racism is alive. Y'all keep talking about it, man. I'm not saying that there aren't racists. I'm not saying that there aren't people that don't exist out here who just hate people for their skin color, but I'm saying this. It's not as dominating as she's trying to make it seem. It's not.
Experience tells me that it does still exist, even if your lived experience doesn't tell you that it exists. And the facts support that. I think we have a graph. If you look at there's a clear racial divide in who voted for Trump as opposed to who voted for Kamala Harris. it's very clear. It's not only clear by race, but it's also clear by education. And so the notion somehow that is not true. This is by education. Those who attended college voted for her at a higher degree than those that didn't.
But I think
I've
you're
said
missing
that.
his point.
Let me just finish. And so I've said that before, and there was so much backlash because
so much division.
I think it's an uncomfortable, inconvenient truth about this country.
But his whole point is they didn't vote for him because of racism and misogyny. They voted for him because they felt like, I think the biggest common denominator in this election is people want.
I'm cutting her off, but watch Sonny cut her off. I can feel it. I promise you. I ain't seen it, but I can feel it.
A good life and ability to provide for their family.
Well,
and whether we agree or not with Donald Trump's plans,
Black people
they thought that he was reflective.
One of the poorest demographics in this country, but they voted for Kamala Harris.
But there was a split, and more of them voted for Donald Trump than had historically. I think that there's such a desire. If you really think the vast majority of this country voted because of racism and misogyny, you're missing it. Most of my family, a lot of my family doesn't have college degrees.
But the stats are the stats.
But that's not, it doesn't say I voted for Donald Trump because of racism. That's not what stat. What stat are you talking about? Yes, you can.
Wait, hold on. Calm down. Everybody just take a breath. Take a breath.
Well,
and this is why I get disappointed in Whoopi Goldberg, because Whoopi Goldberg, be intellectually honest here. It is not the woman. I don't know the other woman name besides Sonny. It is not her antagonizing or, trying to badger. She's just trying to get her point out. She's literally just trying to get 3-4 sentences out without being interrupted, without being challenged, without being and Sonny Hostin interrupts her, and now you want to group her with Sonny, like, oh yeah, y'all just calm it down. No, Whoopi, this is not how this works. You tell Sonny, hey, Sonny, you had your chance to speak. We're adults here. You're creating this tense moment that don't need to happen. Just shh, let her speak. You know what I mean? Because all the woman is saying is, look, you're showing this graph and you're saying, okay, most people voted for, most white people voted for Trump, blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, and everything else voted mostly for Kamala, but you're not showing the historical number. I mean, you're not, also adding the context that these are historic numbers from the black community to vote for Donald Trump, for a Republican, for Latinos and things of that nature. Then also, you're insinuating that every white person is racist, literally. And the 13% of black people who voted for Trump is racist too. Like, this is what you're doing. And she's saying, yo, this is the reason why we lost. Y'all keep trying to run it on fear mongering. Y'all keep trying to say it's race. Y'all keep trying to say it's sexism and all this other stuff. But this man over here, if all of us voted for him, how can all of us be all of these things? Come on, man. Maybe it's you.
Hold on. Calm down. Everybody just take a breath. Take a breath.
Well,
take a beat.
Well, let me jump in here because I think, Sonny, what you say is valid. And I think absolutely that is part of the problem. But when we hang our hat on that's the only problem or
no
the
main saying it's the only.
I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying the backlash is that when people hang their hat on that being the only reason, any criticism of Vice President Harris must be because she's a woman or she's black. I voted for Hillary Clinton, not because she was a woman, she was the most qualified. I voted for Vice President Kamala Harris because more of my values fell in line with what she stood for. So all of that can be true. There is something here to the socioeconomic class, though, that is crossing racial divide in academic and education, too. Americans with a college degree 30 years ago were roughly 20% of the population and held the same percentage of household wealth as those without a degree. Yeah. 30 years later, this is important, Americans with a college degree account for 38% of the population and 73% of the household wealth. The haves and the have-nots have gone so far apart that they are rising up right now and they cross every line of our democracy.
Okay, can I?
I'm serious, man. And even when you try to get the women, to have some sort of civil, mindset about Donald Trump being in office and saying, hey, look, we don't need to add to the division. We need to hope for the best. They can't even deal with that. We're going to play that clip in a minute, but I'm going to read some of these comments. Your lived experience of graduating law school, being a federal prosecutor and getting paid tons of money for being a racist on daytime TV tells you we're all racist. Just when exactly where you held back by society. I don't understand this notion, man. I really don't. Listen, history is history, okay? I know that slavery wasn't a black and white thing when it started, all right? It was an economic thing. Does that make it okay? No. Don't make it okay. Then we fast forward to American history. It became this black-white thing. Then you had the Democrat Party, then the Republican Party was started and to, help combat some of the racist things that were going on in America and trying to completely eradicate slavery altogether. Fast forward up to now, man, where, just right before us, we had all of these leaders fighting for our freedoms and trying to desegregate everything and trying to bring us all together to now we're constantly trying to divide. I don't understand it. How do we go completely backwards? It don't make sense. No one likes to hear these women talk more. No one likes to hear these women talk more than these women. They are truly insufferable. Sunny is a dimwit, and Whoopi calls herself a working woman, comparing herself to everyday people. Yeah, that was definitely a joke. Sunny talks about racism because she's racist. She's absolutely the worst person on earth, somebody wrote. Not only did I just waste 4 minutes of my life that I won't get back, I lost 30 IQ points. The fact that a single person watches this show is a mystery to me. Sunny and Whoopi are racist. They don't get it because they can't. Why is this show still on there? People are asking.
In general,
I agree with Sunny. Hold on. Somebody wrote, I agree with Sunny. Why the hell is that MSM normalizing the twice impeached insurrectionist? He's a bum and declining one at that. Wow. And this woman lays out the point that I was just making about them demonizing Trump and everything that he does and not wishing anything good for him, even at the cost of their own. Like, here's the thing. Donald Trump does something good for them, they're not going to acknowledge it and they're going to put it under the umbrella of, oh, well, he only did it because of XYZ or boom, right? But he does something negative, it's a big, I told you so. I can't trust people like that. Anyhow, let's suffer some more.
Are you talking?
Well,
okay.
Look, the bottom line is that America needs a free press that is willing to speak truth to power right now.
To power.
More than ever. And I think that we have to be very clear-eyed when we think about the president-elect and cover the president-elect. And I don't think you need to sit down for 90 minutes at Mar-a-Lago and kiss his ring to be able to speak truth and to be able to cover a story.
She's referring to that Joe Burrow and somebody else from MSNBC who went to Mar-a-Lago. You know what? No, I'm glad she brought that up. We definitely got to go to them clips after this.
So maybe they're not journalists in the true sense. Maybe they're saying that they're opinion journalists.
Wow. Hold on. So I'm rewind it. So what you're saying is we need a press that's gonna, be not nonpartisan, that's gonna report the truth. But you're also saying that if they go report on Donald Trump, then they're not actual journalists. That's not real. Wow, what a contradiction.
Maybe they're saying that they're opinion journalists, but we have to remember that Trump is the guy who ushered in the era of fake news. He is the guy who ushered in alternative facts. He is the guy who attacked
lies.
Black female journalists. He's the guy that revoked Jim Acosta's press credentials for asking him a question. And so I think that this president-elect, I hate to say it, would like nothing more than to have only Fox News cover him, would like nothing more than a state-sponsored media. And I don't think he can be trusted in the way that other presidents can be trusted. This is an aberration.
But the reality is, I hope good people work for him. We need to stop demonizing people because they supported a man who just became president of the United States. We should hope good people are around him and smart journalists are challenging him.
Watch this.
Well.
No claps, nothing.
There is a sobering reality, right? Which is that we have, in 2016, I think people voted for the unknown and voted thinking maybe the gravitas of the office was going to change him. It didn't. In 2024, People voted knowing who he was. And
yes, we know that we're going to get the border secure. We know that we're going to get all this pedo crap out of schools and things of that nature. We know that my daughter is in fear of being in the bathroom and a man appears, and also playing in sports without a man coming inside of it. And wow, that came out wrong. Coming inside the sport, coming into the sport, and then deciding he wants to switch his gender and, take all the accolades and things. Yeah, we know what we voted for, okay? We voted for somebody who's trying to eliminate this inflation that we're dealing with, which means we're going to stop funding all these freaking wars that we don't need. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, no, we know what we voted for.
Nothing that he is doing, as concerning as I find it and disturbing as I find it, should be shocking, because he told us he was going to do these things. Yeah. He was surrounded by the people he's appointing. And
that's true.
He is keeping to his word, and people voted for him knowing that. And so it's hard. It's a sobering truth. It's hard to reconcile that with what we have been doing for the last 8 years. I will never sit with him. I don't think I'm going to have to. I don't think I'm going to have to make a decision, because I don't think...
Yeah, you're not invited. And on top of that, you just admitted that your co-host just admitted that y'all, y'all prefer bipartisan media, which means anything that doesn't include Trump.
I'm ever going to get invited. And listen, the truth of the matter is, as we know around this table, that it is hard to criticize and denounce the abuses of power by Donald Trump when he is president. We have been there before. Mm-hmm. It means threats. It means death threats. It means
what?
Retribution against your family. It means crazy things showing up at your house. It means lawsuits. It means all sorts of things. We've done it before, and if we have to do it again, we will do so again. I think there's a lot of people who are probably looking at what Joe and Mika did and find it opportunistic. There are people who change their stripes, or maybe their spots, I should say today, depending on who is in power and what benefits them. I don't know that that's what they are doing. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's a to be determined situation, because right now it's the transition.
All right.
We don't know.
All right, I can't do no more. Shut up. Shut up. All right, guys. Therefore I Am posted this the other day. I'm not going to play this video at all, actually. After 7 years of demoralizing Trump, hosts of Morning Joe went to Mar-a-Lago this weekend and met with President Trump. Joe Scarborough and Mika, I don't know how you say her last name, stated, quote, "We didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so. We did agree on was to restart communications," end quote. And that's the reason why you have The View over here discombobulated about that. They won't even get it. Okay. Anyhow, let's see. Why would Micah, whatever her last name is, who just a month ago said that Trump is a fascist, killing women, going to meet such a dangerous individual? Then again, I probably wouldn't understand, because according to her, I'm a quote idiot who voted for Hitler. Let's check out this clip right here.
This is what voters know as Trump's fascism is, and is the lead story every day. His cozying up to dictators, his obsession with Hitler that has now come out, what he has said about our veterans, and what he wants to do with the military against his political adversaries. It's all huge news. This is the future that we're looking at in the next Trump term, if there is one. But this is what voters know right now, that he, and some, by the way, that we cannot.
Okay, so I don't have any clip of them talking about after the fact. Hold on, what is this?
Last week, Joe and I have heard from so many people, from political leaders to regular citizens, deeply dismayed by several of President-elect Trump's cabinet selections, and they are scared. Last Thursday, we expressed our own concerns on this broadcast and even said we would appreciate the opportunity to speak with the president-elect himself. On Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that.
Oh, okay. This is the video we should have watched.
Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump. It was the first time we have seen him in 7 years.
Now, we talked about a lot of issues, including abortion, mass deportation, threats of political retribution against political opponents, and media outlets. We talked about that a good bit. And it's going to come as no surprise to anybody who watches this show. has watched it over the past year or over the past decade, that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so.
What we did agree on was to restart communications. My father often spoke with world leaders with whom he and the United States profoundly disagreed. That's a task shared by reporters and commentators alike.
I don't need to watch no more of this. Y'all wasn't reading in between the lines there, man. They basically admitted that they intentionally lied about everything Trump in an effort to hide the treason being committed by the current regime and communists who are still trying to take over America. Oh my God, they panicking. This is what, you know what this really is? This was, hey, yo, Trump, man, please, bro, you know what I mean? Don't leave us alone, you know what I'm saying? When you get back, hey, man, you know, we good? Are you kidding me? They over there like, yeah, we went to go talk to him, yeah. They kissing that butt right now. They kissing his fanny. All right, you know, it's Fannie Willis did do. They try to make themselves look reasonable because they know that their careers are at stake. Man, I don't go somewhere with that. President Trump, he looked them in the eyes and told them what he thought. And this is the result that we getting right here, man.